Okay, we should be live. Test, test. Test, test. Test, test. Test, test. Yep, we are good. What are you giggling about?
Just watching people race in the pre-lobby. Catfish is flying right now.
Yeah.
Oh, he just went off. He's holding off Canatonic right now. Ah! He was going so good there.
Well, everybody, welcome to perfect timing. Welcome to the pre-show for tonight's races. We have qualifying starting at 8 o'clock. Night 2 with our Monday crew. Back with Fuego in the Mercedes, Austin in the Ferrari, Canatonic in the Porsche, Rad Dad in the number 62 Porsche, Outlaw in the number 21. Looks like Payman 81 is in the 81 Ferrari. Nimbus GT in the number 15 Porsche. And the number 14. Is that the, yeah, that's the Vantage V12. Westside Mike. Student driver in the Corvette, number 13, I believe. Number 3. Number 75, that's a livery. That might give the number 9 Napa GTR a run for its money, eh, Thrice? Does number 75 Porsche by Goggles Pisano?
It does have that Rockstar energy feel to it.
It does have that Rockstar energy, doesn't it?
Hey, maybe that's just Goggles trying to tell us he is a rock star, man.
Could be. And next we have Catfish and the number 23 Futurama Lexus. Looking really good. Let's get a closer look here. Got the Hypno-Toad on there. I approve. Looks good.
Yeah,
I think that got
Hypno-Toad is a W.
Oh, Austin in the number 52 Hooters Ferrari. We're getting a lot of livery. We should have a livery of the series contest because we're getting some good ones here.
Hooters Mobile.
Yep.
Solid pick.
That is a solid pick.
That gets tossed into the hat along with the number 9 Napa Auto Parts Mobile.
GTR.
Yep.
I don't see Schneid on course at the moment. Let's check to see if he's in the lobby here. Good.
I think he was sitting in the pit lane.
Yeah, he is. So we'll want to make sure that Schneid joins up here in the next 3 minutes. Enter race, brother.
What are we thinking tonight there, Ben?
For my picks for these races?
Yeah. Who do you think we're going to get strong showings out of?
Well, I do like Fuego. He showed up last week pretty solid. Payman 81 definitely been proving himself in our open lobbies as well as last week's races. Had an unfortunate race 1 last week, but really proved himself, I believe. He was second place in race 2. Canatonic obviously blowing us out of the water here, race 2 at Kyoto. Absolutely, just he took right off, and I don't think anybody even saw his bumper for the last 4 or 5 laps of that race. So he's definitely a top contender in tonight's races. Thrice, what do you think?
You know, I think I'm going to bring up the elephant in the room for a few of our racers, and that is the loss of a qualifying. Both races last week, if I remember, didn't have any qualifying. Now, they ran the qualifying, but there were some mess ups and some hiccups along the way, and they ended up having to restart the races under no qualification time. So the real unsung hero of last week was the qualifying not counting for some people. Paintman, I feel like he had 2 really strong, I believe he qualified podium in both races in the Ferrari, which means he probably would have started each of those races out front and still had very strong showings. I think Paintman could have easily been the winner of both of the races last week.
And I agree with you, Thrice. Let's not forget Nimbus GT7, currently running the fastest lap here. Neither somebody that me or Thrice mentioned, kind of surpassing both of our expectations.
Yeah, that's really fast laps for him.
And then let's not forget about Austin, currently in the number 52 Hootermobile.
Yeah.
He was so consistent last week, probably our most consistent driver out of the bunch. I think securing 2 top 3 finishes.
I think tonight, if things go a lot more fortunate than they did last week, I think we're going to see at the least 2 very strong podium finishes from Paintman in each of these races. Last week, like I said, the qualifying issue, and then also both races, I think he was even spun maybe in the first lap in both of those races and still almost finished podium.
Yep. But let's not rule out Westside Mike, student driver, both solid mid-pack guys. If any issues happen at the front of the pack, those are the guys you're going to see sneaking by.
As well. That's another one of those
very consistent.
On the fringe of podium guys, the 4th through 5th place kind of racers. That, in both races last week, we have to remember the 2nd place through like 7th or 8th place in both races were in packs still on the last lap. So, that's like a 7-position possibility difference, like going into the last 5 corners of both races where we've seen a lot of mix-ups happen. A lot of things happen. Position changes.
All right, it looks like we're going to start it here. That concludes our pre-show. Thank you for tuning in, guys. We're going to get this thing started.
Yep, we'll jump right into qualifying. Probably won't get into too much of the action, but here we go.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to ARL Monday Night Series with Bananaman and Thrice Roy. How are we feeling tonight, Thrice Roy?
We're feeling pretty good, I think. I think we're going to see another night of very close races. Like the things we were mentioning in the pre-show. A lot of things that could go wrong in a week for some people, and there's a lot of things that can go right for some people. And I think tonight, like I said, there's going to be a couple guys in the front mix-up. As long as there's no accidents or miscues with qualifying, I think it's really going to make the races even tighter than they were last week.
I agree with you there. It's definitely a clean bunch. I was shocked to see how tightly the pack qualified last week. So it'll be interesting to see here as well. Noticing that we've just moved over to Road Atlanta, currently 8:02. We were told races are starting at 8 o'clock. So it will be interesting to see here when the races start this week. Last week we were a little late starting.
And things we have to take into account, we have a guy running a series for the first time. This is his first go at it, and we have all new people to this the ARL style, running different series and things like that we do. But all things considered, even though there was qualifying issues and the late start, you know, second week, I bet you will get even smoother.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. I'm just admiring Enfuego's Mercedes here. Painted black, put some flames on it.
The flames on it. Yeah. Canatonic with the giant bud leaf on the hood.
You love to see it.
With the flames.
Painted purple, put some flames on it.
That's what he did. Looks like the is that a blue-purple color shift?
Looks to be. Looks to be. It's really nice.
It is nice. I like those color shifts. Did we are we undergoing qualifying?
This is not qualifying. Let's see here.
Currently 5 minutes behind with 14 players entered. Everybody is here.
Thanks everybody for coming out to the stream. Once again, Banana and Thrice are here to commentate it for you. We're gonna have an exciting night too. Currently watching Canatonic.
What are we looking at for viewers, brother? You got anybody?
Yeah, we got 15 right now. Looks as though we're starting it up here. Yeah, and is this qualifying?
Looks like it. Qualifying is in progress. Here we go.
Sure is.
I'll look around for some things. I'll flip through here and watch certain people. If anything's going on, I'll call it out for you.
Sounds good.
Got Westside Mike and Fuego coming out. Canatonic. Nice, evenly spaced out.
Gilmore Vantage.
Copenhagen Aston Martin.
That's a half second early for Westside Mike. Hopefully he can scrape up a clean lap and bits of bacon.
Should be able to get rid of it. Oh, he's just straight up resetting. Actually, probably not a bad move. Well, he might have been able to hit the restriction on the next two after the next two turns.
Well, you got to think too. Yeah, it's the outlap, so you definitely put himself a little behind resetting there. But I get it; it's frustrating.
My go-to in that situation, I'm probably taking them next two corners and seeing if I get the stop on the outlap.
Agreed.
And then still going.
Also, for the first time here tonight, getting a look at the number 9 Napa GTR.
Did our boy Schneed?
Our boy Schneed. So we got 113 on our outlaps, 111s. Those are the first two drivers coming through the finish line.
I believe these are low outlaps, or are they even outlaps on this track? I can't remember.
That's a good call.
I think they're quick. I think they're fast outlaps.
Yeah.
If I had to guess.
Yeah, if Ace was racing in this series, we would have had a problem. He would have been first every race.
I think we have a problem with a few of the guys in here. There's 2 or 3 that maybe shouldn't be in here.
They can keep up with each other, though, which is good. I mean, Canatonic definitely took off last week, but I think that might have been a track difference. It looked like he was feeling really confident on Kyoto.
I think if everybody has their consistency up at the end by the end of the race, I think literally first place, excuse me, through 10th place.
Bless you, Thrice, right?
Realistically, is within a half second.
Agreed. And I believe qualifying last week, there was only about a 5-second gap between the front and back of the pack. Everybody was running really close together, and only maybe 2 or 3 seconds between the top 6.
Thinking we're going to have a strong showing from. I think your top 3s are going to be easy. Fuego, Canatonic, and Paint.
Yep, Fuego with a fast lap, 119. That is fast, I believe. My fast times here are about a 118.5. So
118, 117.
Yeah, that's pretty quick. Canatonic a little bit behind with a 125. Nimbus just after 121.9. So a good spread here first. Not too close in the top 3, but it looks like after that, The lap
There's
times are
Schneid
getting a
with a
lot
third
closer
place right
together.
now. We got
And he
still
knows that
got
position well. He was third a
yeah.
lot last week. Don't think he finished third in any races, but he held that position for quite a while.
To me, that I think he was one of not the quickest on track at any point in time, but one of the most consistent. Stays in his line,
I
holds
do
people
agree.
off, fights clean, overtakes
agree.
people. He stays right in that rhythm. He might say the top one or two guys might be running 119s. He's running 120s every lap though, consistent 120.4, 120.5 over and over and over.
Okay, we'll see here what Fuego has to say.
Fuego's
and
quick.
Canatonic with a better, no, actually a worse lap. Same with Fuego, no improvements there.
What do you think? Do you think we get to see a Paint Man top 3 by the end of this quali?
Looks like Bits of Bacon's coming back around. I think that's a good possibility. We'll see what Bits of Bacon has to say here.
Bits of Bacon's
and
been
not
strong.
an improvement. Similar time to his first qualifying lap. And next we have Student Driver coming around. Better lap for himself. Doesn't move up any positions, but a better lap. Schneid just behind his first qualifying lap.
Seems to be a theme.
Come on, get there. Who do we have? Paintman coming around. He bumps up into 5th place. Austin into 3rd. Roberto in 11th. Outlaw into 4th place.
Schneid with a costly half-second penalty.
Who do we have coming around? Sorry, guys watching the stream, when I bop around like this, I'm just trying to find a certain driver, and in the races it's a lot easier because they're in order, and I can just scroll down the list, but when they're in qualifying, the order is in qualifying order, not track order. So it's bopping around everywhere, trying to find the right arrow on the mini-map in the top right. So we do have somebody coming around here for another lap. That's Bits of Bacon. See if he can improve on his 9th place. Not too far behind Student Driver. A full second behind his actually first lap. First qualifying lap, that is. Next around we have Student Driver. I believe stays put there.
Student Driver's one of the quick guys too, and he's in 8th place.
Paintman improves on his time, but doesn't move up any in the standings. Next is Nimbus here. Not too much improvement after the first qualifying lap for these guys. It looks like they all came out pretty hot and haven't been able to replicate it. Outlaw with
I never realized it showed
lap.
people's mileage on their cars.
True, let's find who has the most. I saw 4,000.
Schneid has the most.
Yeah, 8K.
5,500.
And that's 8,800 kilometers for the Canadians.
Yeah, we got both things covered here for everybody.
First race starts after qualifying here, Davian. We are 3 minutes 10 away from qualifying ending, and then the race will start maybe a minute after that.
Yeah, these guys got about 3 more laps or so left, and it's over. Schneid has 5,500. That is exactly why Schneid is so smooth and consistent.
And you know what they say, when you look good, you're feeling good, and when you're feeling good, you get good results, and it shows here in the number 9 Napa GTR.
Everybody knows, the leading front runner, Livery of the Year contendant. That guy's feeling good on the track.
Yep. Speaking of Livery of the Year candidates, for those who are just joining up, Schneid is a top runner for Livery of the Year. This week, though, we have the number 52 Hooter Ferrari by Austin.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful car.
Fuego,
painted black, put some flames on it. That's more of an honorable mention. Where was the other one here? The Futurama Lexus. I think we need to throw that in.
That is worthy.
Absolutely. And who else were we looking at here?
I think that's Rockstar. 3 with an honorable mention. I can't remember if there was one more.
There was a there it is.
Goggles
Pisano.
That's our
with
guy.
The number 75. Oh, he's back in the pit lane there. But also a nice livery.
Catfish up into 8th place.
Thanks, Boogity. Thanks for coming out and supporting and watching the
Hey,
stream.
what's up, man? Thanks for coming out, Boog. This is going to be a good race, I believe.
Yep, Fuego's still. Oh, did Canatonic move up into second, or was he? I
He
believe
was
he
at second.
he was at second. Okay,
Payman
so
still in 7th place.
yeah, and
Oh,
we thought we were gonna see a better uh,
Payman set a new
qualifying
record
by
and still didn't
Painman.
move up. This is one of those tracks, though, that I feel like really evens a lot of the cars out. This is a very good middle of the road track that doesn't really. I mean, I'm sure it favors certain types of cars for certain people, but it's a good track. I feel like on any car, it's a fun track.
Mike is asking us who's betting favorites. If I was to recommend, if you're gonna hop on DraftKings or Bet365, Fuego's looking real hot. Austin very consistent. As well as Schneid, very consistent. Nimbus
Yes.
GT7, Paintman, and Student Driver, all guys to watch out for, though. Westside Mike, too, a little further behind than he
No,
was
they've all
last
proven
week.
they're quick. I think, barring accidents, spreading people out, you're going to see very, very close racing by a large pack for a big part of this race.
Yep,
This is
Fuego's
one of
been
those
quick.
tracks where you will have a whole pack bumper to bumper, lap after lap. There's nowhere to
Yeah,
pass.
let's join back in with Catfish here. Qualifying 8, that's pretty good. Top 10 qualifying for Catfish. And the number 23, Futurama Lexus. Paintman moving up to 6th in qualifying. Bump Schneid back to 7th. Same with Nimbus, another bump. I believe they're all sitting, yeah, a little higher than they were. Jeremiah, I do think that Canatonic's a good pick for this race.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think Fuego's a good pick for this race. Any really a Paintman, did he move up to 6th, or is that because they're in the
Yep,
pits?
he did. Mick
One last
says
lap in.
Paintman. I think that's safe.
Yeah,
He's a little
that's who I
far
was
back
feeling was strong
behind,
too.
but you know he
It
is
doesn't always matter.
running. He's still running a
Sometimes you get a bad
120.
quality, man.
Yep,
Sometimes you get a
absolutely.
bad quality.
Absolutely, Augie. Yeah, I'm gonna do a kind of like a not necessarily a how-to, but more of a guide on the livery editor because it can be a lot to just dive into. So it helps to kind of know where things are and what things do, if that makes sense, and just kind of some tips that I've made for myself. Like biggest one is a lot of guys just throw the brightest color they can find on a car, and that ends up looking a little cartoony. So you gotta dull things down a little bit.
Some of them are fun though. Some of
Oh,
them are fun.
absolutely.
There's a line with it though.
Yep. But a lot of the colors in this game are just too bright, so you gotta dull them down, and it makes it look a
My
lot more
favorite one's the
realistic.
yellow to green color shift. That is my hands down
That one
favorite.
looks good, eh?
Like out of the ones you've used for my cars that you've done, that one's chef's kiss.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that, Augie. Just let me know. You guys can all make suggestions of kind of stuff you want to learn about.
My guy Augie up to.
Oh, he's just wondering about if I'm gonna do like a livery class on YouTube, kind of a how-to series. I've been thinking about it. My problem is when I save videos on the PlayStation here, it doesn't let me export longer than like a 3-minute video.
So like you're saying, saving captures on your PlayStation, and then like saving them to like a third party, like your phone or computer.
Well, yeah, it just goes to the PlayStation app, but
Yeah.
it doesn't let me export anything longer than a handful of
Really?
minutes. Yeah, it's weird.
Now I wonder if that's a PlayStation app thing or
Ace,
your
we're
phone.
starting up here. I believe in the next minute here. They just finished qualifying. Thanks everybody for coming out. It should be an interesting start to the race. We got a A lot of good times actually here. We got a 119.4 is our best from Fuego. Canatonic right behind him, only a second behind with a 120. And then we got a field of 120s all the way from a .5 to a .9. So 5 of them in that range. Following, we have a 121.1 to 121.7. Three guys there. All the way to 123 at the end. So from the front to the back of the pack, we only have a 4-second difference. Quite impressive for these guys, I won't lie. I'm very impressed with their consistency and how close the skill level seems to be. All right, we'll watch out for any false starts possibly. And we're missing somebody on the grid. Looks like we only have 13 drivers. We should have 14. Fuego hauling off the start. Austin right behind him. See what things are looking up. Some grass by student driver there in the back. Bits of bacon needs to hold on to that. Thrice, do you know who's missing from the grid right now? Nimbus is into the grass. Looks like student driver's also into the grass. Let's see what he can come back with. Goggles Pisano just backwards in lap 1. That's no good for the 75 Rockstar Porsche. Let's check back up with our race leaders here. Thrice, are you around? Feeling a little bit abandoned.
I'm currently trying to check to see who we're missing. And I cannot, I'm not finding.
Looks like Rad Dad has left the room. It's Rad Dad. Once again, Rad Dad leaves the room. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, I don't know either.
If Pedro is Rad Dad, then yeah, we did lose Pedro.
Look at this group in the middle, man.
Oh, Catfish is leading quite a group here.
Yes.
Pulling away in the future Alma Lexus, the number 9 Napa GTR right behind him. Absolutely, he is. Looking confident.
Yeah, dude, he's driving with assertiveness right now. What is this, 4th through 11th place?
No changes up front, but a tight pack here in the middle. Like Thrice said, looks like 5th
through the chicane.
Looks like Payman's making a move.
Room. Yeah,
Student driver really falling behind. Does he get pushed off a little bit wiggly into the corner? Oh, and some contact between Westside Mike and student driver. Looks like they both hold on, but
together. They held
student
it together.
Driver have a penalty from that? I don't believe collision penalties are on.
No, I don't think so.
We'll head back up here to the front of the pack. Still no change between our top 3. Fuego pulling out 1.4 seconds ahead of Canatonic, who's 2 seconds ahead of Austin, followed by Nimbus, kind of on an island right now. He's making his way up to 3rd place.
In between the Hooters and Catfish.
But here's where the action is, starting with Catfish here. Closely followed by Schneid. See what happens in this corner.
I'm going to hang on to Catfish here for a minute.
We'll join Schneid here on board to see what he's dealing with. Into the grass. Let's check back here with... Let's sit with Outlaw here for a minute. Go here, first person.
These guys are racing, man.
Oh, I do not know what just happened there. Austin picking up half a second. Canatonic is catching on Fuego. We're going to have to take a look at that. 0.6, he was 1.4, so he's almost a second up since last lap when we looked at. I believe they were coming down the back straight here.
Come on, Fishy.
Canatonic with some good lines. Catfish getting pressured by the number 9 Napa GTR. You can see him in the rear view mirror. Little bit of slip. He's got to hold it together, and I think he can.
Catfish still holding off that middle pack. 6th place and back. How are we looking with Canatonic up there?
And
Is he still working
Nimbus,
on Fuego?
yeah, he is. Nimbus has passed Austin for 3rd place. Still a very close battle,
Oh,
Austin.
Fishy goes off.
He recovers, though. Only lost 1
Did
position.
recover.
Looks like Bits of Bacon's trying to take him on the inside successfully. He's getting passed left and right here. Falls from 5th back to 8th place. We have a yellow flag.
Back down. Somebody's
Let's
spun.
see if there's any passing penalties. There was a lot of guys really close together. And Schneid with a move up the inside. Bits of Bacon off into the grass.
He goes off track.
Catfish making his way back up to 5th place.
Back up into 5th place. Hold on to him.
And Canatonic slowly falling back from Fuego. Austin back in 3rd place. Where did Nimbus go? Nimbus must have had a spin. He was in 3rd place.
Who spun in the straight?
I believe so.
Man, that's a tough one.
Canatonic and Fuego, I agree, Jeremiah. That is going to be close. Jeremiah, are you... Who's Jeremiah? Who are you in the
gets
lead?
Pushed.
Fuego is currently sitting at a 120.2. Canatonic at a 120.5.
Position changes back here in 6th.
A lot of penalties in that
mid-pack.
Catfish
serve a half second. Fishy goes from 5 to 8.
This will be interesting to see coming down the hill here.
I think Fishy can get these guys.
And he's been back and forth from 8th to 5th to 8th to 5th.
West Side Mike and Outlaw getting into it up over the hill.
Let's check back in with our leaders here. Fuego's still around.
Catfish making a pass. There it is. Got Outlaw on the inside.
Almost pushed him off, but a clean pass
Took
by
him strong
Fish.
on the straight.
Great show out by Catfish tonight.
Yes.
Check back with the further back mid-pack here. Leading by Nimbus, Bits of Bacon about a second behind, and Student Driver 1.5 behind. Not the closest pack, but still a pack nonetheless. Anything can happen in the next 5 laps. Close between Catfish and Outlaw still, both chasing Westside Mike. Hopefully he can separate himself a little bit closer up to Paintman, who's got the hots for Schneid. They've been battling here tonight, and it looks like he is slightly closing that gap. Austin back in 3rd. And yeah, Canatonic and Fuego absolutely taking off from Austin. Roughly 7 to 8 seconds.
Oh, man.
Between the two.
What a pass that was. Oh, and a switchback. Oh, but he picked up 1 second of penalties there. I'm not sure about that one. Man, I don't know what just happened there. I'm kind of like at a loss for words.
Schneid made his way up to 4th place.
Unfortunately, lost Rad Dad.
Yeah, and they are actually the leaders here coming up onto Goggles Pisano. Hopefully he knows to get out of the way if they catch him.
Is the Rockstar portion last?
Check back in here with Catfish. About to serve his penalty. Let's see how far it puts him back here in the straight. Looks like Outlaw's hungry for 7th position.
I think with the laps we have left, Fishy, even with this time loss, will still be able to make up time, and get back to fighting for 7.
Yep, I agree. Okay, let's check in with the drivers coming around to the finish line here. Schneid's still in 4th. Paintman's just on him, though. Let's check on board with the number 9 Napa GTR. Guys, keep a eye on the rear view mirror there. Paintman just pressuring Schneid throughout. It seems like every section of this track. Is it a matter of Schneid having a faster pace, or is it a matter of him having better defense?
Ooh, Catfish got some air. Did we lose somebody? Did somebody spin?
Let's see here. Let's check
Would
back
have been
in here.
somebody.
Yep,
Would have been
Roberto.
fifth place and up.
Roberto's quite a ways back.
We
Student
lost
driver
somebody.
hanging
Catfish
on
back
to a
up
few.
to. They both gained a position here. I didn't see anybody.
It's
Somebody
Austin.
Really went off.
It's third place. It's our third place driver, Austin, back into 8th. I don't know how we both missed that. Schneid up into 4th. Heyman rolls into 5th, and the rest follow up a position. Looks like Nimbus GT now has his eyes set on Austin. And we'll check in on the leaders here. Thank you, Dave. Or sorry, Davian. Which is Ace. There's so many different names between Discord, YouTube, Gran Turismo, PSN. I don't know who's who.
You just gotta learn each other's government names, like all of.
And Canatonic is really holding on to Fuego, although the gap seems to be anywhere from just under a second to a second and a half. I do believe that Mercedes is probably taking off down the straights, and then the Porsche is catching up through these cornering sections. Similar distance between Schneid and Paintman. Westside Mike hoping to make some ground up, although I think he's sitting pretty comfortable right now. If he just holds on to it, I believe he can make up some, not make up some good time, but at least hold his position. Outlaw, hopefully he doesn't spin it. Catfish might be able to bump up into 6th place here. Looks like he's going to do it. Austin with a draft. It's going to be interesting to see how this chicane section at the end turns out with Catfish and Austin, and possibly Nimbus passing Outlaw here. Catfish on the inside has already made the pass. Same with Austin.
Loss of time.
That is 2 positions, and he's in the grass.
He goes off.
Does he send Austin? Okay, Austin is good. Nimbus, I don't know what happened. Maybe a little bit distracted from that penalty, just trying to make up any time he can. Breaks a little bit late.
Breaks real late there, yeah. Just enough to get into Austin and send himself off.
And let's check back in with our leaders just to check that gap. A larger gap of 2.3 seconds now by Fuego.
Oh, and Catfish goes off. No,
let's see if he can hold on to it. He's still in 8th place. It's no 6th place, but he's still in 8th place. He's got another 2 laps. Well, I guess a 1.5-ish laps to make this up. And once again, everybody, thank you for joining us on tonight's stream. I see Rad Dad saying his internet cut out. That is too bad.
That's too bad, man. Unfortunate. We'll see if you can get back in maybe for the next one. If not, we'll see you next week.
And Paintman into 3rd place. Not sure what happened to Schneid, but Schneid going to maybe capitalize on this penalty. Didn't really look like Paintman served a penalty. Looks like he just kept going, but Schneid coming up beside him here. They're touching Schneid, maybe a little late on the brakes. Oh, what a beautiful corner by Schneid.
That's got to be a penalty.
You think he cut?
Schneid. I think that's a half second.
I think his tires were on the rumble strip. I think it's good.
That was close then.
I think it's good.
That's about as tight as you can take that.
But this is a close last lap. I say this is where we plan ourselves for the last lap.
Schneid gets loose. I don't know if there's a little bit of contact there or not. Paintman's letting up.
He's back on. Yep.
Paintman
good sportsmanship by Paintman.
For
absolutely. Sure. Westside Mike, though, he's making the best of this opportunity.
I think that's the best way you can play that, though. It wasn't no immediate giving up positions.
Absolutely. That's gentleman's club type stuff right there.
Yep.
Looks like a close battle here between Austin and Nimbus. Only 3/10 apart, 5/10 now. Austin pulling away on this short straight. We'll check back up with them.
Nimbus was getting them.
He is closing that gap. This Porsche still not the fastest on the straight. The Ferrari really picks up in 5th gear.
I don't know. Nimbus got a better exit.
And officially Fuego coming across the finish line.
Nimbus got Austin on the straight.
That
I'm not
quick,
sure what happened to Austin. I'm not sure what happened. I don't know. I didn't see him fishtailing, but he might have gotten spun. Nimbus really got a good solid exit.
Looks like Schneid in the number 9 the number 9 Napa GTR is getting taken on the inside by Paintman. They're coming around the last corner. Both into the barrier. I don't know how you feel about that, Thrice Roy, but did the race end? Did they not let everybody finish?
I'm not
No.
sure. I don't know how the settings are
Oh
set up here.
no. Okay, no,
Oh
yeah,
no.
no. Wait, or is it still going? I'm
It says running.
confused.
Maybe it's just because
No,
that's
they're
who
all
we were
sitting in the
spectating.
pits. They're all sitting in the pits. That was it.
Oh, what are we doing here?
Yeah, he's got to extend the race time. Nobody could finish. Only 5 people finished the race. Well,
Should I join the party? Oh, there's no. Oh yeah. Well,
yeah,
I'll be right
join
back.
join the party and say some things. Well, guys, interesting ending to race 1 tonight. Looks like our host just left the run out timer a little shorter than what was needed. Only 5 drivers finishing tonight. The rest, it says still running, but when I spectate, everybody's sitting in the pit lanes here. So I don't believe anybody's running. I do believe maybe a bit of a slip here. What is the time after finish in the settings? Not sure what you mean by that. Time is on afternoon, 12 times variable, if that's what you mean. Oh, I see what you mean. I can check that. Yeah, race finish delay is 30 seconds. We're going to want to increase that. Probably at least a minute and a half. At least one lap time. At least one lap time. So I believe the way they're going to do this is Nimbus is finishing 6th, Austin in 7th, Catfish in 8th, in whatever order they were in on the grid. Here's the back half of the pack. Whatever order they were on the grid when the time expired is what the positions will be. Unfortunate ending for those drivers who were battling near the end there. And what a finish between was it Schneid and Paintman both going into the barriers. Looks like Paintman came out on top with that one, although Schneid, in all honesty, could protest that in the incident reports. But it's a tough decision. Was it a racing incident, or did Paintman push a little bit too hard? Yeah, I think I saved the replay. Yep, I saved the replay. Show that. Yeah. That's a good idea. We will see here. We'll go watch the replay here of the end. And we'll check out what happened there with Paintman and Schneid. Checking network environment for days. Not collection, my items. That's what I want. All right, let's take a look here. If there's any other points in the race you guys are interested in, let me know. But what is going on here? There we go. For some reason, it's not letting me hit next lap, so I just have to hit plus 10 seconds repeatedly. Oh, this is a pain. and we'll
I think they got it all sorted out.
what? Whoa, I did not know this was a thing.
What's up?
The camera mode you can take during replays. I'm just
Like a
going, oh,
free
I'm in the
camera?
replay editor here. Just we're gonna take a look at Schneed and Paintman's little bump at the end. So already what I can see. Yeah, Paintman did secure the position based on the that tire rule of the attacking front tires being in front of the defending. See right here, it
They
won't let me.
both had the angle and had a line
Yeah,
going through there. I
it
think what happened was that I think Paintman got bad air
there
and
was a
then
good succession
slid.
of bumps. So
Yeah,
Nimbus, or sorry, Schneed barely bumped Paintman, and then
and it
Paintman hit the
just
curb, which then
and
sent
sent
him
him into a
back in the.
shake.
Oh, and they both
Yeah.
just kind of ping ponged off each other there.
Yeah, to
Did
see
they?
the last moment of contact, they were like door to door, like both off balance, sliding together.
Yep,
Basically, I don't
yep.
think it was like anybody taking anybody out. They just both lost it. They were door to door and both slid, is what I seen.
There it is.
It didn't look malicious or like
All right.
anybody should be.
Well, I'm gonna take a quick breather here. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. I believe they're
Yeah, they're
starting. Having a quick break.
8:45.
8:45. All right, I will be back
Yep.
before then. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to ARL Monday Night Series, Night 2 with Thrice, Roy, and Bananaman. We are currently on track with Austin in the Hooters number 52 car, the Ferrari, running a few laps. Let's turn on race info here, see what he's running. Currently on his out lap. Sorry, on his first lap. We see Paintman here in first with the 121. That's a pretty speedy lap. Thrice, have you been watching him through practice here?
He did finish in a podium in the first race.
He did. Fuegan only 0.02 of a second behind. And the Canadian only 0.7 behind our race leader. Sorry, our practice leader, Paintman. Austin is not too far up on the list, but he does not have a recorded time yet, so it'll be interesting to see where he places here. Looking very tidy through the back section here. Let's join him on board.
Throwbacks to Dick Trickle smoking a cigarette in a NASCAR race. Driving with one hand.
Is Rad Dad back here? Rad Dad, where you at? Not too rad if you don't show up.
No, man, I might disappear him.
I know he has internet problems. What's that?
It's storming here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, good. All right, let's check the chat here. Jeremiah, are you Rad Dad? I think, no, Jeremiah is slammed. Slammed / swapped, depending. Yeah. Are you in the lobby here, Thrice?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they got... Yeah, there's only 15. We're missing Rad Dad still, unfortunately. Fuego currently in first place, just past Paintman, running very close laps to one another. 121.5 and a 121.4. Fuego off. 2 coats of wax has joined the room. That won't cut it. He cannot be here. Did he get in?
I have no clue.
I gotta message him. League only.
Says 14 have entered.
Yeah, he is on track.
Hey.
Oh, well, he can kick him after qualifying. Holy moly. I can't type. League. Hopefully 2 coats leaves here. A little disrespectful. He's a regular from Tuesdays. There he goes. Thanks, buddy. He's not ARL, but he's somebody that joins us quite often for our Tuesday lobbies. Great racer, super nice guy.
I wish we could get Ridge Racer in, man. He's like impossible
I know,
to get.
right?
He plays hard to get. I think he'd be perfect for Thursdays.
Agreed. So we'll watch close here between Fuego. Seems like he's first out on track. Paintman. I don't think we ever got a qualifying time from Austin. So it'd be nice to see where he places for this race. Schneid comfortably in that 4th position, at least on the outlap. It doesn't even matter, nobody's qualified yet anyways. We'll watch them roll through the finish line here. Fuego with a 129.8. Just behind him comes Bits of Bacon with a 129.7. 120.9. What is going on? 129.8, 129.7, 120.9. I'm really confused as how his time's faster. Well, that's just me being confused. What else is new? Similar outlaps here from everybody. 123.5 on the outlap. This last corner is going to be interesting. Bits of Bacon now ahead of Fuego. A 102, eh? And Bits of Bacon with a 122.2. It's red though, don't think it counts. 123.7 on Fuego. Nimbus with a 121.7. That's our current fastest lap. We have Schneid and Paintman coming across the line. Those guys always close together. 123.4 by Schneid. Paintman up into 2nd place with a 121.9. Only 0.2 behind our leader Nimbus. Next down the straight is Austin. It'll be fun to see what he shuffles up here with a 122 into 3rd place. Westside Mike next down the straight.
Fuego's going to get 1st or 2nd place here this lap.
You think so?
Yeah.
It's slow on the first lap with a 123.7, although there he goes past Bits. Oh, he did? Okay, I was wondering where the shuffle was.
He went off track. He's 1.5 seconds ahead of himself right now.
Okay, now Canatonic coming through in the 1st position, half a second up on Nimbus GT. Can't
Fuego's
say I'm surprised.
Here comes.
Catfish through in 11th.
He's going to
Goggles
smash
in
it, Ben.
12th. Alright, where is he? I don't even see him here. Fuego. Apparently gonna smash it in the 4th.
Place. He messed up. He gained 1.8 on himself.
Okay, we have Schneid coming down. Currently in 10th. Not the best qualifier from Schneid. Although that's looking good. Improves on his time, but doesn't move up in position. Who do we have next? Paintman. Not a fast lap. Something happened with Paintman. It's quite a slow 3rd lap here in the qualifier. Next coming down the straight we have Austin. Half a second behind his last lap. Outlaw behind his last lap. Looks like the first qualifying lap of the session has been consistently the best. Westside improving on his time, but no shuffle in the board.
Keep your mind on Fuego.
Student driver running very similar laps to his first lap.
Fuego is currently 0.6 purple, heading into the last sector.
Canatonic still running very smooth laps with these 121.1, 121.2. And let's see Fuego, who's coming down the straight here.
We're going to see a 120, I
Goggles
think, right
Pisano with his 2nd qualifying lap. Still in 12th. Catfish still in 11th.
There it is. Oh, so close.
And yeah, Fuego moves up into 2nd. 5,000ths of a second. Yeah, Mick, a lot of red laps. A lot of red laps.
Yeah.
But a tight top 3. Is this going to be another Canatonic runaway? It seems as though when he gets out front, he really knows what to do with it. And who do we have coming down the straight here? Austin with another lap. Improves on his time, but no shuffle on the board. Next down the straight. Oh, come on. Outlaw, 5th place. That's a good time. Westside Mike, another decent time, running consistently 122. Let's see what Student Driver, he hit a 121.9 in his first lap. He has it in him to get up there with these top guys. He is only 1 second off pole.
In 8th
So
place.
Canatonic with a 120.8 is looking really good for this race.
Yeah, he's definitely moving on this one. Oh, Capris goes spinning. Oh, man, he turned it around. Canatonic's making Fuego work for his pole. His poles have been his to lose.
Schneid constantly improving on his time, but
it's not moving.
No, not moving up the board. And looks like we are 2 minutes to race. Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Jeremiah. I do think the longer version of this track is a little bit better.
I like it too.
But, you know, minute 20 lap times, it's kind of on par with a lot of Group 3 tracks we normally run. Definitely a quicker track in the grand scheme of things, though. Yep, Paintman's been in second here for a few laps. Canatonic with that 120 on lap 4. Unfortunately, not displaying Paintman's.
Paintman hit a second place, got into second, called it a quits.
Yeah. Although Fuego coming down the back straight, he could very well beat both of these guys with this lap.
He was
just
purple.
Behind.
He's purple. He's losing time in that last section somewhere, but he's purple. He's like a half-second purple.
I don't know, man. It's just like he's got to be going so fast with those flames on it. It looks like he's going fast. Bits of Bacon still in 9th. Catfish in 11th place. Goggles Pisano, his only threat at this point. Austin moved his way up to 5th. Not sure when that happens. Looks like lap 5. He hit a 121.6. That's a good starting position for him, though. He kind of lets things unfold in front of him. Paintman has been getting faster. I do agree. All right, a lot of Paintman fans.
I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming, man. He was a 1 through 3 driver last week, and just had unfortunate things happen. He qualified really well though last week, and kind of got screwed out of him. If he can start this race in second, he will take off. There it was. Took second place.
There it is.
Fuego took second place.
Schneid off in the last lap of qualifying here. Really solidifies his position in 10th. Not a great qualifier by Schneid.
Maybe this isn't his track. Got a couple guys really off pace here.
Although, I mean, from the front of the pack to 10th place is only a 1.8 second difference. The back two seem to be a little far behind pace, but you know, if anything happens, these guys will catch up and they'll make some passes. They're not far enough behind where they're not going to capitalize on a mistake. And there's Roberto joining the room. Didn't realize we were missing him.
Looks like we're missing quite a few people. There's only 12 people on track. Wait.
There's 2 minutes left? I thought I checked it. Oh, it's because people are still running.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I thought 5 minutes ago it said 2 more minutes.
Well, instead, what they should do is they should all pit, and it would end it. But they're all auto driving. Well, we're all auto driving the last lap. Schneid's still running, what it looks like.
Well, yeah, he crashed. He spun it.
He might be on a decent lap here. Nah, that's not.
I mean, not a horrible lap, but 124
not a horrible lap at all.
Not bad, but that was an out lap. Looks like he headed to the pits and then got back out on track.
That's a strange maneuver. Schneid also representing Hooters on his car that I've never noticed. Just secrets and surprises in that livery of the year candidate.
All right, looks like leading the pack, Canatonic. Will he run away? Fuego, Paintman, Nimbus GT7, Austin, Outlaw, Student Driver, Westside Mike, Bits of Bacon, the number 9 Napa GTR, Schneid, Catfish, and Goggles Pisano bringing up the rear. That is your grid for tonight's race at Sardinia Road Track. Unfortunately, Roberto and Rad Dad not competing in this second race of tonight's series.
Let's see Paintman take the first corner here. That's my guess.
Yeah, I definitely like the Ferrari off the start. It'll be very interesting to see how
Outlaw
this
right
unfolds.
Austin, my apologies. Austin right behind him, also in a Ferrari. Paintman out around Canatonic. Yeah, Austin around Canatonic. Shuffle. Coming down the straight. Mercedes able to hold them off. Gaining serious ground though. Good start for Fuego.
Oh Paintman. No, student driver Austin into the
Paintman
sides.
Off.
Can he hold on to it? Austin's still straight. His race is not ruined.
Paintman turns it around into the last place. Paintman still not going.
And that's where I said Goggles, Pisano, and Catfish, they're not out of this race. Catfish up to 6th place, Goggles into 8th. Their night just got a whole lot better, and unfortunately, it looks like Outlaw, Bits of Bacon, Westside Mike, and Paintman got the worst of that. Paintman into last place off of a podium start.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Now, I see what you're saying, Mick, but this is up to the lobby host whether they restart. Looks like everybody's still pushing. Doesn't look like they're going to go for a restart. Typically what we like to do in the Thursday lobbies is we all drop down to first gear. We max out first gear. We let the guys at the back catch up, and we do a rolling start. I believe Student Driver caused the issue there.
Nimbus back into 11th place. Goggles Pisano in 12th. We have 2 major crashes.
And he's way back there. His night's
way
over
back
for sure.
There. His night is over for sure.
Nimbus looks like there's no way he's catching up. Paintman definitely has an opportunity to catch up if he runs clean. Looks like Westside and Bacon are close. They might battle it out to where Paintman can sneak up a few positions. A big mid-pack here. We're coming in 5th through 7th here.
We got Austin, Catfish, Outlaw, Schneid, Westside, Mike, Bits of Bacon, all coming through in a small pack.
Let's not forget Canatonic and Fuego. This might be the battle to watch. Let me know in the chat, guys, what you guys want to watch, the top battle here, or if you guys want to see this mid-pack. I'm going to leave it on the front runners here just for a little while. But we love
the mid-pack and let you know if there's any action.
Right.
Catfish goes off, spins around, almost a pile up there. Schneid goes off. Oh, and Catfish spins it again. Paintman up into 9th place, following Schneid. Those guys are coming strong.
On the wreck. Paintman pushing into Schneed. Those guys are close. Schneed off a
Ooh,
little bump by Paintman in that corner, sending
he's
Schneed off.
he's probably just really trying to make up time and throw over him, but he's waiting for him. It looks like.
Student driver, I think
Whoa,
Canatonic hit
whoa,
the
whoa! What's
barrier.
going on here with Schneed and Paintman?
I don't know. It looks like Fuego and Canatonic are. Oh,
Oh, whoa!
I think they're gonna restart.
I think they're gonna
Everybody's leaving.
restart. Yeah, that might be the way to do it.
I do agree.
Honestly,
Yep.
if they're gonna restart, there was a lot of disaster going on there in the first 2 laps. Anatonic has left the room. Not entirely sure what's going on. We did have the leader of the race drop out. I don't know if it's related. Anything on the Discord?
Looks like we're restarting qualifying. Not everybody's here.
No, it's Canatonic left whenever they ended the race. I'm
Did
not
you want to jump
sure.
into the other lobby and sort things out?
You want me to jump in there and see what's going
Yeah, if you
on?
don't mind.
Yeah, no problem. I will return.
Jeremiah, I think normally once the races are done, they open it up and they'll do an open lobby so anybody can join and race and chat. Looks
Yeah, I
like
might jump in one if they do.
Canatonic's back in the lobby here. So hopefully they restart again. A bit of a we kind of jumped the gun there by Catfish starting it before our race leader Canatonic joined back in. And Outlaw and Westside Mike now have left the room. Um, oh boy, what is going on, you guys? Doesn't look like anybody's out on track. They're definitely having some discussions over in the race chat. See what Thrice Roy can't sort out. There's our race leader, Canatonic, back in the room. And he's left the room. Austin has left the room, and we just have a lot of guys leaving the room right now. Oh, I see what you're saying, Jeremiah. Yeah, I would. I'm hesitant to say join the lobby to spectate just because we've allotted 2 for commentators and 14 for racers. So if a racer tries to show up and you're in their spot, then unfortunately they won't be able to join. ARL F3500 practice. Not too sure who PA Punk is, to be honest. If you guys haven't tried out the Miata Monday lobby by G-Man for Fun, now that's a fun lobby. Hell yeah, welcome back, Swap. So we're just waiting for race 2 to start here. Looks like they're not doing qualifying. Had a lot of incidents in the first couple laps of race 2 tonight, so they're going to do a restart. And then they had an issue with the lobby, so they had to... We're doing another double restart, guys. Looks like we're starting it up. Hopefully not another early trigger pull by Catfish. Thrice, what's the scoop?
They had to restart the lobby.
And that's the scoop.
Yeah, they were just stuck and couldn't do anything because they were trying to leave the qualifying, and it's like a big deal. I don't know. Or pain in the butt thing. Let's see what happens here.
Paintman all the way in 7th place. Looks like not a great start. Also Nimbus GT at the back. Other than that, the grid looks pretty solid.
Paintman should get about 4th place here by the first one.
Still missing Raddad, unfortunately. But it looks like everybody else is here. Into turn 1, race 2.
Fuego taking off.
Austin off the track a little bit.
And talking in the second. Getting his chase on Fuego.
Not shortly followed by Schneid and Paintman all the way up to 5th already. Looks like Canatonic went a little bit wide there, falling back to
nudged him, I think.
3rd place.
He got nudged. And he nudged him back. That right there is how it should be handled, in my opinion.
Student driver swerving all over the place. Don't forget that mid-pack, Catfish in 6th, Outlaw in 5th. He hasn't been too high up in the ranks, but he's having a really solid lap 1 here. A little shaky on the exit of that corner. All the way to the back, though, looks like everybody's running pretty tight.
The driver really pushes that Corvette, doesn't he? That's a really fast car.
He does, and it looks good, the number 3
tire
camo.
wear or fuel consumption, the Corvette's one of the strongest cars. Just got to wrangle it.
And that concludes lap 1 for Fuego, Canatonic.
Driver, man.
Into turn 1 of lap 2. Fuego with a great exit. He is pulling away from Canatonic here, but Canatonic also pulling away from Student Driver. Not feeling the pressure anymore. Almost goes off. Hopefully there's no track limits penalty there. But it looks like he's going to rein it in to make some time up on Fuego. Let's check back in here with our mid-pack. Outlaw definitely pulling away from the mid-pack. He's new to this top half of the grid. Catfish, though, leading the pack. That is terrifying to see. Let's take a look on board and look at that rear view mirror, chat. He's got 6 cars just right behind him.
Yeah, he does. Wow,
that's crazy.
That's a screenshotable rear view mirror. I'm taking a picture of that. I got a good one, I think.
Number 52 Hooters Ferrari, right on his tail, will join him on board. And they are side to side.
Catfish leaves the room.
Ferrari on the outside, and he completes the pass. Very tight and clean racing by Austin and Catfish. Nimbus is following just behind Catfish here. Roberto and Schneid going too wide. Schneid looking for any room. Roberto not really giving it to him, but Schneid somehow holds on the outside and takes off down this straight. Not too much action going on in the back half of the pack. Fuego almost loses it here. Canatonic will definitely make up a little bit of time there on that mistake. Student driver solid, sitting in between Canatonic and Paintman. Paintman looking for something. Outlaw making time on Paintman. I'm shocked with this. Outlaw seems to be having an amazing race. Catfish dropped back to
Oh,
7th. Austin did make the pass, but a little
got loose.
wiggly. Yeah. Let's see. The Lexus is catching up quickly.
Catfish is driving hard right now, man. I'm watching him on board. He's really pushing.
We got a couple drivers. Looks like
Oh,
they've spun. Looks like Roberto and Goggles Pisano holding up the rear. A lot of action at the back of the pack here, Thrice. Bits of Bacon all the way to, looks like Outlaw, all within the same, 2 seconds of each other. Schneid again with the outside angle on this last corner. Is he going to hold it? Backs off a little bit. Catfish in the 8th place.
there.
Westside Mike looking for room. Schneid, don't pinch him too much. Looks like Schneid's trying to pinch him. And they're getting into each other on the straight.
Schneid's in the best position.
Some dust kicking up. Schneid, little wobbly. He's on the outside. Can he make the pass on Catfish? He's into the gravel too much. He's being a little bit reckless here.
Catfish gave him all the room he had to give him.
Absolutely. I think Schneid's reaching a little bit.
Westside Mike.
Again, Schneid on the inside of Westside Mike. But Westside Mike now with the inside. Let's take a look at the top of the pack. Again, we missed it. We missed it every time. Canatonic into first. Let's see if Fuego lets him have it. He's only 0.6 behind now. 0.7. 0.8. It's hard to tell with Canatonic. And Outlaw still pressuring Paintman. Catfish holding sturdy in 8th place. Schneid and Bacon battling close behind. Looks like Schneid in the Napa
Catfish
GTR.
into the wall.
Catfish loses 2 positions. He went a little wide. Purple Ferrari looks like it's going to get the draft here on the straight. Maybe he can make a move here in turn 1.
The GTR will hold him
Schneid's
off.
on the inside. A little bit of rubbing there. All tidy. Catfish making up a position on Westside Mike. Oh, and he's back into 11th. He had him on the inside, but looks like he got the cutback from Westside Mike. Looks like it was successful. Let's head back up here to the front of the pack. Still only a 0.6 second gap between our first and second place race leaders. Student Driver not too far behind. I mean, Canatonic and Fuego might be feeling the pressure of this close battle. Student Driver might be able to make up some time. Outlaw still pressuring Paintman. He is just right behind him. Let's take a look here on board. A little tougher to see in the rear view camera, but you can still see that bright green Porsche is just a dot on his radar. Not going anywhere, very consistently behind him.
Porsche just doesn't have enough to draft the Ferrari down the straights. It's like, I think right now what Outlaw has going for him is Paintman's pulling him along on the straights. That's really helping.
We'll join our race leaders here. Canatonic and Fuego battling it out, swapping places a few times on the leaderboards. Canatonic still holding first place.
Student Driver, ooh. Oh, loose again.
Fuego only 1/10 behind into this corner. Will he take him? No, he doesn't. He holds off. Clean line through. Looks like he's got a better exit. A little wobbly. Closing on Canatonic.
Way more power.
Feeling that dirty air. But they are close. We'll check in quickly here with the mid-pack. But I think we should keep our eyes glued. Student Driver definitely falling a little bit behind Canatonic and Fuego. 2 seconds behind from the last time I checked.
This might be it. Fuego's hunting his prey. It's like a shark tracking down a seal. He has him right where
And
he
he's on
wants
the
him.
inside.
Oh, and he goes around, takes the inside, coming down into turn 1. Fuego back into first place.
That
Little bumpy,
Porsche around the
Canatonic.
outside. Wow.
If Fuego
He
got a
slung
little
around
bumpy,
the outside.
he got a little too inside and lost a little bit of traction. Canatonic's Porsche just
Checking
stuck
in.
to the
No
ground.
changes from our mid pack. Still running solid. But that Mercedes is just blaring behind the Porsche.
The flame cars are at it, man. It all speaks for itself. Fastest cars on the track are the cars covered in flames. Fuego on Canatonic.
Decides to sit back for that corner. Didn't see
He
a
got him on
line.
the exit, I think. Fuego might have a run on the straight.
I think he's waiting for it, in all honesty. Oh, a little bit sideways, holds on to it. I think he's picking his battle here. I think he could have made a few moves, but it looks like he's going to get a good exit here and try another turn 1 move.
Yep. I think, that's exactly what he's doing. I think he's purposely staying right on his bumper to get the draft on the straight to overtake him in the first corner. I think, yes, there it is. That was played perfectly that time. He was close enough that the Mercedes power with the draft, he could get right around him.
Let's see if the Porsche does anything on the outside again.
If Fuego does a more defensive move.
Oh, that Mercedes had that corner all day.
Some serious tight, great racing right now up front.
Thanks for pointing out, Swap. Nimbus with the current fastest lap. A 120.7.
Back into 5th place.
The Canadian! Student driver still falling behind our 2 leaders. Paintman just behind him. Outlaw, Nimbus bumped up into 5th. Outlaw back into 6th place. Looks like Catfish up to 11th. Catfish in 10th, Roberto in 11th, and Goggles in 12th. Canatonic's not giving him any room, man.
Not giving him any room. They're both right on each other. Whoever's behind is running the fastest, and they're just...
Yeah, we'll have to watch.
I think one of them gets in front, gets a little conservative, and the other one keeps
slowly
pushing.
making up on Student Driver. Let's see what this straight looks like. I don't think the Porsche is going to have what it needs to make any time up here. A better angle, though. Can he get a better exit? No,
he's going to have to straight up pass him on a corner, I think.
Yeah, that Mercedes taking
Fuego's going to have to mess up, or he's going to have to really make like a move and pass him on the outside in a corner, get the downforce to make a turn.
What's going on, Eddie? Yeah, into turn 1 here. Fuego, our current race leader. Canatonic giving him no room for mistake. Both running very consistent 120s, 121s. Student Driver falling behind Canatonic, but Paintman making time up on Student Driver. He's only got a lap and a half to do it. Can Paintman make it up on Student Driver and pull off another podium? Nimbus GT all race has been making up time. Outlaw, an incredible 6th place position at the moment. Austin pressuring him from behind. Let's check back in with our race leaders. A bit of a gap here now, almost a second between our number 1 and number 2 positions this race. I do believe that, Fuego does have the fastest lap between the 2. Ooh, getting a little bit squirrely on the exit there.
Man.
I agree, Boogity. This is a good race, isn't it? Good battle. 2 completely different cars. And it seems as though the straights are making the difference. Only half a second gap between them now. Coming down into turn 1. Let's see if the Porsche can maybe make some time up in the braking zone. Looks like he does. Is he going for a bit of an inside? He doesn't. He holds off. Fuego with a bit of wheel spin on the exit. Looks like they're still holding about a half a second gap. Maybe Fuego extending that gap a little bit.
Back into 5th place.
Nimbus just making time up here. He's gone. I think he started in 8th. He's had a great race.
He has.
I agree, Swap. That Porsche is definitely gonna have a tough time catching up to their Mercedes here. But I do believe Canatonic qualified first. He was having the fastest pace in qualifying. They're now coming around the last few corners. Can Fuego hold on? And we do have a spin by Canatonic.
Oh!
Can he pick it up before student driver gets there? I don't
Oh,
think he does.
man.
Student driver into second place. Is Nimbus gonna catch up?
Nimbus has got him. Nimbus is going to get a podium here.
I don't know. Paintman in
Oh, he's
fifth,
got him.
Canatonic in third, Nimbus in fourth. Oh, this is very close by Nimbus.
He's got Nimbus has the
Very
momentum
cautious. He's gonna have the draft.
on him. Will it be enough though? Will it be enough? Nope. Paintman was a 4th place finish. Or Nimbus was a 4th place finish. Paintman 5th, Outlaw 6th, Austin 7. Looks like Bits of Bacon coming in 8. Westside Mike coming in 9. Catfish coming in 10.
Yep, Fuego hit a fastest lap there at the end.
Roberto
Good catch.
coming in 11. And looks like Goggles Pisano will bring up the back of the pack with 12. With the Los Polos, Hermanos, Porsche. That might have to be another contender for Livery of the Year. The Breaking Bad.
I'd never
Los
noticed that.
Polos
That is
Hermanos.
pretty good, isn't it? No number. Oh, nope, 75. I see it now. It's just hard to see that. That
It
looks
is a
good.
Breaking Bad livery for sure. I see it now. That's pretty sweet. He was a rock star, right? He must have changed it. What a race up front between Canatonic and Fuego. What a shame Canatonic spun in the last lap.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. They were both running very solid. If anybody, I was expecting Fuego to spin. He was spinning the wheels a lot more than Canatonic.
You want to jump in the other party now that the race is over?
Yeah, let's do that.
Catch up with everybody.
I used to not like Tonic, but now I really don't like Fuego.
Well, guys, race 2, good race. Canatonic at the end, bit of a spin. What happened?
Ah, fuck, I don't know. Lost concentration.
Well, student
Lost
driver.
concentration.
Yeah, student driver definitely made the most of that, switching up into second
Yeah, I like
position.
that.
Nimbus, great race. I think you started in 8th, made your way up to 4th. Outlaw pressuring Paintman the whole way. Outlaw, what kept you up so high? You were doing great that race, man. Anything different than normal? Outlaw.
Outlaw.
You're just feeling good
Nothing
this
really.
race?
I mean, so I have in the past raced this track, so
Nice.
I do have some experience on that track. So
Good stuff,
that's the
man.
only thing that kept me where I needed to go.
Good stuff.
We're going to run a couple open lobby
Yeah,
races?
I think I'm gonna open up the lobby.
Oh yeah.
All right, well, everybody viewing, you can
I gotta go
you
run
can
out and
join
get my
up.
truck, so,
Add
I won't be
Catfish.
Anybody that's watching that wants to run a couple races, jump on in, guys.
Yeah, view profile. I think you guys should
Yeah,
be able
thanks
to
to the
see
commentators again.
that. Hey, no
Yeah,
worries.
thank you guys for
Yeah, no
commentating.
problem, man. It's a blast.
Yeah, Catfish VT.
We love
Add
watching you guys.
Catfish, and you can join the lobby to race. I'm gonna end the stream here, guys. Thanks for coming out.
Yep.
And have a good night.
Yeah, thanks,
for having
boys.
us.
Have a good night, fellas. I'm out. Later on.
Who all sticking